What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's me again. I'm back. I took a nice shower and I'm now nice and fresh for the main event of the pay-per-view. Sorry there, Mr. Camel. That's not his real name, by the way, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to understand the real name, so I called him Mr. Camel. Anyways, so yeah, I'm back for the Murrell versus Collins match, and I'm obviously representing the dungeon today because I'm rooting for Dan to win. Plus, I may or may not have already been spoiled on who wins this match, but you know, whatever. I'm just gonna watch the match itself and appreciate it for what it is. But yeah, I also don't have the corruption hoodie. I only have the dungeon hoodie. And the last time I wore this thing for a Schmoedown match was when I was actually rooting for someone on the opposite team, being Mark Riley, but I didn't have the Den hoodie at the time. So it's nice to actually represent someone that I'm actually rooting for in this match. But that's all I can say for now. Yeah, so Adam Collins versus Dan Murrell. Like I said up top, I may or may not have been spoiled on who wins, but it's not going to stop me from still watching and commentating on the match. Obviously, I will be participating again. I'm still shocked at myself that I was able to guess 7 out of the 9 questions in round 1 in the previous match in the pay-per-view, so let's see how well I do now. Obviously, since this is the Champions match, I don't expect it to as well, but who knows? I might actually surprise myself. So, here we go. Oh, this guy.
So excited.
I'm so tired of seeing his face.
Laura, you're here. Oh my god, this is it. This is D-Day. It's the day where all ends and the new era of swag begins today.
She's not impressed.
Chandru, I'll be honest. I was almost out. But when you told me that Oyama agreed to join us, I had to reconsider.
Yeah, I totally understand that part. I wasn't expecting Oyama to join as well, and this is great. This will be wonderful. Once Paul gets here, Winston will join, and the 3 of us will ambush him together and get him to step down, and the new manager that I have in mind will take over swag.
Great. That's perfect. So, where's Paul?
He should be here. He said he's running late, so he'll be here in a minute. Wait, someone's in the waiting room.
Oh.
Winston, you're early.
Is he?
Am I?
Yeah, we were waiting for... Well, never mind. We can do this right now. So, we've been thinking, and listen, Winston, it's time for you to step...
Enough. You're gonna listen to me.
Shush! Child.
Until you actually thought that you would come into my house and you would try and turn my family against me? You're out of your mind. Absolutely not. I'm tired of it, and it stops today.
You tell him, Winston.
Okay, I think I've heard enough.
Yeah, I have heard enough from you. I've heard enough of your lip. It's time for you to listen. I get it. You miss Shannon. You miss corruption. You want to go back. Well, guess what? You're part of swag now, all right? There's a reason I drafted you. You are lethal. You are a force. And you are about to win the Star Wars Championship because I am going to make you the Star Wars Champion. Now, you could do it on your own. You can go and do it by yourself. That's fine. I'll take the points, and then you can sit your ass on the bench and you won't do nothing else with it. Or you can accept the family, you can accept the support, and we will make you great. What's it gonna be, Laura?
Wow. I'll be honest. That is the anger and the energy that I've been looking for. And that is the edge that I'm going to need from you, Winston, if I'm going to be successful on this team. So, if you can respect that, I can respect the drip, and I'll play for swag.
Wait, what?
She's gotta win now after this.
I'll play for swag. Just keep that edge, and don't get in my way.
I'll see you at practice on Sunday.
Wait, Laura, no! Wait, no. Laura's not supposed to go. This is not right. You've been holding me back. You've been focusing on everyone else but me, but you want me to
Man,
be nice.
shut your whiny ass up! Shut up! I'm done with it. How? I cannot believe you, Chandru. I honestly can't. I bring you into this family. I put you at the front of the line. I help you go from being someone that people casually think about in IG to a champion that lives rent-free in everyone's mind. I made you lethal. And I never told you to sit around and be soft and be nice. I told you that you needed to be with our family. I thought I was rolling with Tony Stark here. What I realized is I'm dealing with Loki. So here is how this is gonna go down. You can get your ass back in the books. You can be back to working with this group as a unit, or forget a trade. You won't play in the Schmoedown. You won't play in the FCL. You won't even play in the fan leagues. I'll have your ass playing bar trivia and Poughkeepsie by the time I'm done with you. I'm not asking you to be nice, Chandru. I'm not asking you to kiss babies and hug and make cheers and friends with everybody. I'm asking you to take your anger and to focus it and to use it to be the undisputed IG champion that this league has ever seen. The most deadly IG champion that this league has ever seen. So what's it gonna be? Will you accept my hand in friendship? Or will you accept my fist? Your choice.
I just wanted what was best for Swag.
Did you?
I'll
really?
stay here. I mean, but I don't want to be nice to people and like repeat what happened last match.
Hey, remember, you lost because you stopped having faith in me for some reason. When you had faith, we won. Keep that in mind. Go study.
Okay.
Oh, and now you.
Paul?
We good?
We good. Thanks for the heads up, man.
Thank God. Damn, that jacket tight as hell.
I was gonna
Hell
say.
no, I don't like wearing that thing.
I was gonna say, man, I saw your gains. I'm sure that doesn't really fit much well anymore. You know, you've been out here getting swollen.
I don't know about that, but yeah, that was a lot. No, I mean, so everything worked out with Chandru and Laura and everything. They're all squared away. They're not all distracted and whatnot.
Yeah, it sounds like they got it together. But I just got this text from Lon. He's lost on the beach in Hawaii. So I'll come pick you up and we'll go find him.
How did he get
I'll meet
to
you at the
Hawaii?
airport, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me get my jacket, man. I got my shots. Don't worry, I got both my shots. We'll be fine. I don't need a jacket. It's Hawaii. What am I doing? I'll see you there, man.
Okay. I'm glad it's over. I just think it was a little too soon. That's all.
And we are back. And man, I could feel it. I could feel the energy. I know it. It has been one of the most anticipated matches since Dangerous Dan Murrell won that #1 contender match against Jeff Snyder. It's Murrell. It's Collins. It's the second match. What a incredible match it was at the Schmoedown Spectacular 5. It won match of the year, and rightfully so. Sudden death. Adam Collins goes 7-0, wins the tournament, then wins the championship from the great Dan Murrell, and they're back at it again, and we are moments away, Mark.
The oldest belt in Schmoedown lore is once again on the line, hoisted by one of the finest movie trivia minds in the world. The gentleman to my immediate right being one of them, it is the singles championship belt, and the guy who has defended it multiple times, Christian, is not the one putting it on the line tonight. Nay, that would be last year's rookie sensation, Adam the Coyote Collins. finding himself and all the fans that are rooting for him in the unique position of defending the belt that used to belong to Dan Murrell after title defense after title defense. It seemed like it would never leave his grasp. It has for the moment. Will it return there? 5 short rounds. Well, they actually might be pretty long, and we might have sudden death. So we could be here a while, but it's going to get competitive. It's going to get fiery, and it's going to be entertaining.
Mark, how many times have you said, and he has the belt that used to be held by Dan Murrell, but Dan Murrell tries to get it back tonight? Well, here's something for you. Dan Murrell has never lost a number 1 contender match. Well, Dan Murrell has never lost an opportunity while going for the championship.
That is true.
4 times champion. He beat Mark Riley the first time
for the belt.
He beat
won.
Riley and Roca the second time,
He
and the
only
third time he beat
lost
Irwin,
defending
and
it.
then he beat his now partner Ben Bateman for that 4th one. So can Adam Collins stop that trend? It is a very interesting thing. That's history that Dan Murrell's trying for. Dan Murrell is trying to become, he's already the first guy to win it 3 and 4 times. It would be an unprecedented 5 times if he can do it here today. Adam Collins also chasing history. He and Sam Levine are the only 2 competitors in Schmoedown history to win 7 matches. Adam Collins is the only one to do it in 1 season. Now, the question again is, if Adam Collins wins
7
here tonight,
straight
he'll be
matches.
the only competitor to
It's
do
important to make
8
that distinction.
and have 8 straight without a loss. So a lot of history. Plus the fact, if he's able to defend against Dan Murrell, then he will be one of those champions that was able to defend it 1 time. Singles belt, very hard to do it. Dan Murrell's done it a few times.
Oyama did it.
Will Adam Collins be that guy that, like an Ethan Irwin or a Paul Oyama, where they had a great run, but then they just couldn't get it done in the first showing? Or is he going to be
Ethan Irwin
exactly
defend the
where
belt?
he left off last season?
Well, I think for Adam Collins, yeah, he wants to be that guy. But for the moment, for this match, I think he'd rather just stick in that mindset of being a coyote, because coyotes, they're usually concerned with foraging for food or chasing after animated characters. And they're not really worried about terms that us sports honks love to throw around like sophomore slump. Can they match what they did in their inaugural campaign? Now that all the pressure's on them, now that he is, in fact, the king of the mountain, it's a different sort of vibe, especially when the guy next in line to that throne, way on the top of the Himalayas, is Dan Murrell, a guy who's been there, done that, and wants to do it again.
Yeah, and there's just so much more before we get started here too, because the faction just it adds so much more to it. Because here are the faction standings. The Dungeon has said we're going to be the faction to beat this year, and so far they are proving true to their word. They are in first place with 18 points. The Mercs, after that big TKO victory by Kevin Smith, now have 12 in second place. The Exchange with 11, the Den with 8, the Stars with 7, the Suspects with 6. Swag and Corruption are tied with 4. But here is where it changes and it gets a little bit more exciting here because of the new system with the belts. If Adam Collins defends, and because of the 1 defense, the point you would get for the defense, Corruption would find themselves tied for second place if Collins can win here today. If he doesn't, they're still in last place. So this is a big match here for Corruption and for Collins. And if Murrell gets it done, that's an additional 7 points to give the Dungeon 25 points. This is a massive match all the way around. But you know who knows that better than us?
Nerd Chronic.
And you know who puts the flair in the big matches? Nerd Chronic. You're going to feel it right now.
Leonard Moulton's movie guy?
I'm Adam Collins. Or as I've been known since that incident in Jackson Hole, the Coyote.
I want to know
Adam
what
Collins,
really happened.
in true coyote fashion, had been silently tracking and watching. Not just me, but all of us.
Here comes Adam Collins, this hot shot from the fan leagues, the Coyote, if you will, the Wanderer.
Let me tell you something about the coyote. Canines have a very innate ability to sniff out garbage, trash, people, and you're on his radar.
Corruption picking up massive 3 points here.
I picked Corruption for a very specific reason. She was in my corner. She has been since I joined this faction.
You know, Adam has been lurking for a long time, and I don't see a lot of nerves with this kid. I think you're going to get exactly what a coyote does. He's going to lay low, he's going to survey the land, and when the opportunity is right, he's going to eat his prey.
And your winner pulls up a massive upset over John Roca by way 3 in a row, and you're doing it in singles.
His accuracy rate stands at 95.45%, the best 3-game win streak in the entire history of the singles division.
Adam Collins win the tournament, and Murrell's going to be ready for corruption. You know that. Tie ball game. 2 more points. Adam Collins.
Christian, that's 2 points for Dan Murrell.
Both competitors got 10 out of 10. Damn. Going to sudden death.
James L. Brooks.
Rob Ryder.
And your winner, the new movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world.
What have you done for me lately, world? You've done nothing.
I'm sorry, because I missed the part where every match that I played this year was a must-win for the exchange, because for one reason or another, nobody else will seem to be able to pull their weight. To my former faction mates, enjoy the show tonight, because this year, I'm going to ruin all of your lives. This revenge doesn't even have to be served cold, because Jeff, I get you first this year.
You haven't lost yet in singles. You haven't lost yet.
What is my crime, friends and neighbors? I played the matches I was given last season, and I had the audacity to go all the way to defeating your beloved GOAT for this coveted title right here. Now what?
You want to know why we brought Dan Murrell to the dungeon?
Well!
Because it's a resurrection.
Correction.
Correction.
It doesn't matter what you throw at me. Goats, sheep, wombats, Kowakian monkey lizards. It makes no difference to a hungry coyote who's happy to devour whatever
That's from Star Wars!
crosses path.
He's too good. Dan can't keep up. I think that I proved that I'm still capable of hanging in with anybody in this league.
Dan Murrell wants to give him that 1 loss. Dan Murrell wants his title back. He wants to flash a 5 for a different reason this time.
You know why this is a colossal waste of my time right now? Because Adam Collins is going to defend. He's outplayed Dan Murrell before, and he's going to outplay him again today.
Today, you fall victim to the dungeon. Today, things get dangerous.
Let's see how this shakes out, kids!
4 times. I've defended this belt 7 times. I want to play Adam Collins again because now I know I can beat him.
Dan, you're going to have to go 9 out of 9 in round 1 when we play again, man. That's just a fact. This was a good sparring session for you. But you and I, we have a date with destiny, my friend. And I want to prove to everybody that was no fluke.
I'm Adam Collins. This is my singles title, and I know more than all of you punks.
Well, get excited, get hyped up, because I am hyped. Mark, I know you're hyped. It was one of the greatest matches we've ever seen in championship history at Spectacular 5, and now the rematch is seconds away. Are you ready?
I mean, I had a lot of hairstyles last year. Molly was in a lot of positions on the chair, but I'll tell you this. One time I helped one of these folks help move. The other time, they watched me rescue a baby, kind of, from traffic. So, Christian, I have history with both these fellas, but only one is going to have a future with that belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. 5 rounds for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World. Introducing first, the challenger with a record of 17 wins, 6 defeats, and 8 knockouts.
Whoa, 8 knockouts.
He is the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion and the former 4-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown Champion of the World, Dangerous Dan Murrell!
Oh, you forgot to say representing the dungeon, but never mind.
How's it going, everybody?
I
Murrell is
wore
here.
this thing for nothing
Dangerous
now.
Man, how many times have you been in this position, my friend? One more time.
Too many times.
Yeah, but listen, I know that it's funny because as you said, last year you said, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to do the singles run. I'm going to stay out of it. Then you found yourself in a position for number one contender. You won that, then you win the championship. You defended it. You had the title for most of the year last year. And then it's like, okay, well, this guy, he took it from me and I want it back. And now I get a chance for how has it been motivating to get back to Collins?
Well, sure. I mean, I love being the champion. It's something that I'm used to, and I think that that's the advantage that I have in this match. I have the advantage of experience. That is the one quantifiable thing that I can say I definitively have more of than Adam Collins. And I also know that heavy lies the head that wears the crown. Because if I lose this match, I lose it. I'll come back. I'll do it another time. All that pressure's on Adam Collins, because let's say he wins. That's one defense. You're not even sniffing where I am. So I know people say this is a legacy match, whatever else, but for me, this is just a match. It'd be great to win. If I don't win, congrats, champ. Look out, because I'm coming back. I'm going to keep coming back. I'm like the Terminator. I'm like the T-1000, Christian. You can splinter me into a bunch of, crystals on the ground. I'm just going to puddle up together and rise up, and you're going to see me again. So let's just play the game. Am I right?
And that's why Dan is the best.
Mark Ellis here. You may remember me as Santa Claus from a previous spectacular. I see the shelves behind you. Quite a lot of memorabilia there. Have you given any thought to where you're going to put that belt once you get it back on those shelves? Maybe knock that Florida State helmet out of there?
Well, never. Never, Mark. But, I may have to build one. It's a hefty belt, so you really got to get the structural reinforcements right. I might have to find some studs. So
it's only going to help his little avatar in
we'll get some
all my
engineers out
movies.
here. We'll look at the wall. We'll try to figure out a good place to put it.
All right, Dan, last question for you before we bring in the champion. So the other thing that has been it's been widely talked about this season was this new attitude that you seem to have since you've been joining the dungeon. It's like this you've always had this instinct, but the killer instinct seems to be just so much more, I don't know, there. It has working with Bateman and the dungeon and having Mara on the squad. Has that added to a new kind of found love for the game?
Oh, definitely. I mean, when you look at the exchange versus the dungeon, the exchange last year, the whole year was like, oh, Dan, you got to win. You got to win, man. You got to win. Look at the standings. You got to win. You got to win. We got to take first. We got to win. The dungeon's the complete opposite. We're in first place. Plus, we're in it for the game.
And you're going to continue to be first place even if you lose.
Our way back. There's none of that pressure of you got to win. There's none of that. It's all you're going to win, and we're going to help you win. And we're going to celebrate afterwards. And it's a completely different attitude. It lets me play looser. It lets me play free. It gives me the confidence. I know my manager's going to be here. I don't have wondering if my teammate, John Roca likes to talk about Ben Bateman, my teammate. Like Ben Bateman, he's got his own thing going on. John Roca was always behind me. You could see he was worried about being the GOAT. So I always had to worry about in my head, is John sabotage? None of that stuff. I'm playing loose. I'm playing free. I'm playing easy. I have a faction that understands who I am. They understand how I play. They understand my legacy. And we're just here to win, baby. That's it.
All right. Thank you.
And his real-life spouse is also on the dungeon.
And his opponent. Representing Corruption.
Oh. He got his own theme now.
The 2020 Singles Player of the Year. The 2020 Ultimate Schmoedown winner. And the reigning, defending, undefeated, undisputed movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Adam the Coyote Collins.
Yeah.
Adam Collins coming out to the great new theme song there by David B. The Coyote.
I love the winner goldfish stickers on
7-0
board.
3
I love
big
it.
knockouts. Adam,
And I love his
know you
t-shirt
said on
too.
backstage how you were looking to compete. You're excited to compete for the first time here. You haven't been in the ring, and I'm sure it's kind of maybe it's not, but it seems like a kind of a bittersweet. Yeah, I want to play, but my first one back is against the guy I took the title from. Is it bittersweet or is it more exciting?
It's exciting. I mean, I'm not one to buy into conspiracy theories, but I think there might be something to the Schmoedown, given the fact that I beat Dan Murrell. That's what you guys asked me to do, and I beat him, and here he is again. You can't, and to his point, you're stealing the plot from the Terminator series here.
Well, we borrow plots from time to time here, then we make them our own. You've made that belt your own, and so my question is in reference to this past offseason. You had it for the first time ever. What did it change about you and your mindset going into this season? I'm sure it took strokes off your golf game. You bench press more now. Your family and friends don't look you in the eye, but what does it do as far as your mentality heading into this season now that you are king of the hill?
That belt holds weight both literally and figuratively. So I have made myself familiar with both the physical and metaphorical aspects of this belt. It's become a dear friend of mine. And we've spent, many a day together getting prepared for this rematch with Dan. And the things this belt has told me about Dan's weird habits, I won't get started on the air, but we can talk offline if you guys are interested.
Ooh. Wow, interesting. All right, champ. So listen, one last thing before we get this match started here too. Dan was mentioning before how there isn't that pressure to win because they're in first place. There has to be a little pressure in regards to corruption at the moment. I mean, the corruption's been in this place before. They're at the moment tied for last place. With this victory, can get you out of that hole. Does that go into your head while you're thinking about this, or it's just like play the game, get it done, and if we get the points, we get the points?
Look, we all want the points. It matters. It definitely matters. But I also don't go into this with any intention of losing. Dan is Dan, but I'm Adam Collins, and I know more than he does. And I proved it last time. I'm going to prove it again.
All right. Well, we're going to now bring in the former champion. Keep the champion here. All right, Mark. Our contestants have entered the virtual battlefield. Round number 1 is about to begin. What are the rules?
I've never had two competitors that need the rules less than these two, but for the fans and everybody watching, here we go with round number 1. Feels like a normal round 1. 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question's worth 1 point. No penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. We ask the question. You have 15 seconds to get it written down. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the 5-round. Yes, it's a championship match, 5-round contest. Not sure you heard a question right. You want to buy yourself another 15 seconds. Use a jeté rule. You also each have a challenge you may use at any point throughout the match. We'll bring your manager in. You may delineate to your heart's content. We'll hear the arguments, and ultimately it will be your manager confirming and ratifying that said challenge is taking place. And for Adam's belt, no tea will be spilled about either competitor or their showering habits during this contest.
That'll be in the post interview. All right, so I start and I ask the champion, are you ready?
I am ready.
Challenger, are you ready?
In the spirit of the Smasher.
Yeah, smash cancer.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. 5 rounds for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship. Here is question number 1. In the realm of famous actors and actresses, which actor appeared in the films Natural Born Killers, Back to School, and Home for the Holidays?
That sounds like a trilogy.
Harloff puts a little bit of extra elbow grease in that. Let's get ready to Schmoedown. It's a championship match.
That actually sounds like a trilogy of
4,
movies.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands
I
up,
have
please,
no
and we start
idea.
with Adam Collins.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, sir. Dan Murrell.
I said Rodney Dangerfield.
So Collins takes first blood there as we go 1-0, and we get to question 2.
Maybe it's just me.
Next
I don't
category
know.
is rom-coms, which is short for romantic comedy. You should have known that already. Your question, what 1990s Eddie Murphy film featuring Martin Lawrence has the tagline, "A player who's about to be played"?
It's similar to Star Wars, but not really. It's just like that little point. Is it going to be a big factor? Will it not be? You never know with these two. Anybody can come back at any time.
Keep putting the pressure on,
5,
Christian. Good job.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Hands up, and we start here with Dan Murrell.
Boomerang?
That is correct. Adam Collins.
Boomerang.
Yes. 2-1. Collins with the lead as we get to question 3. Question 3. We're going to go with movie quotes. In what 2000s comedy will you hear J.K. Simmons say, "I want you boys to know you're both my best friends," and Hank Mardukas?
You ever throw a boomerang?
Yeah, I was really good at it.
Did it come back?
What?
No.
I'm going to need a
5,
repeat on that
4.
one.
And you weren't.
What?
You were terrible.
Repeat the question.
First one.
Thank you, Dan.
Movie quotes. In what 2000s comedy will you hear J.K. Simmons say, "I want you boys to know you're both my best friends," and Hank Mardukas? That's the first.
I gotta watch this movie.
Whether it's Star Wars or Inner Geekdom, it does seem like every point somebody misses it, it's the end of the world. Here, not quite as much.
No, 5, not in 5 rounds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up. Adam Collins.
I love you, man.
Yes, it is. Dan Murrell.
I said the Lady Killers.
So Collins now going
now
up by
it makes
2,
sense.
3-1, 3-1 as we get to question 4. Question 4.
Yeah, it's in the era of the 1990s. And the question for a point: which actor stars as an ordinary man who is given super intelligence and telekinesis after seeing a bright light in the sky in 1996's Phenomenon?
That's what people call Dan Murrell.
Phenomena.
First, first year in
Phenomena.
Schmoedown. Second year in Schmoedown. Third year.
I'm not getting any
I thought they
points
called him
today.
the human boomerang.
Oh, 5.
I don't even know who I
4,
was who
3,
was fooling.
2,
I
1.
don't know what I
Pens
was
down,
thinking,
please. Hands up, and we start with Dan Murrell.
Answer some questions today.
John Travolta.
Yes, Adam
John
Collins.
Travolta.
John Travolta.
That's right. So right now the score is 4-2. 4-2. Adam Collins with the lead. 4-2 as we get to our next
Phenomena.
question. This is question
It's gonna be
5.
stuck in my head now.
Westerns. What is the name of the 2003 Western directed by and starring Kevin Costner about a former gunslinger who is forced to take up arms again when he is threatened by a corrupt lawman?
Remember that story that our friend told us about Kevin Costner at dinner?
I feel like I did. Yeah, I think you have to remind me though. 5, 4, 3, maybe not on air. 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And Adam Collins.
310 to Yuma?
It is not the Postman.
It is not. Dan Murrell.
Open range?
Yes, it is. Dan Murrell getting a little more ground back
Okay.
there as we see 4-3.
I
No perfect
almost
round
thought
here
I
for
could
either
get a
one of
point
the
today,
competitors.
but I guess
4-3.
that was just
4-3.
wishful
And
thinking.
our next question.
Yeah, it's in the category of comedies. It's a serious match. I get it. Your question. You'll find Jessica Simpson, James Roday Rodriguez, Willie Nelson, and Burt Reynolds in what 2005 film?
So right now it's 1 point. 1 point separates them.
One simple point. It's not an open range.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please.
I hope
Dan
I'm
Murrell.
right on this. The Dukes of Hazzard?
Yes, and Adam Collins.
Okay, finally.
The Dukes of Hazzard.
Finally, a
They
point
both got
for me.
it. So it is now 5-4. 5-4 as we get to our next question. This is question 7. And this is the realm of Oscars. Oscars. Which actress has been nominated for 3 Best Supporting Actress Oscars, the first of which was for the film Mississippi Burning?
How would you feel if you got
Did he say
nominated?
nominated or
I'm going to give you
won?
5 nominations
Because-
and you never won. It'd still be pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, you can still say it, but I think, but you always have that one person.
Didn't
You really
listen
never
to the
won.
question. I'm
5,
sorry. I was
4,
thinking of
3,
something else. I would
2. You would. Pens down,
It's a good thing
please.
I'm not playing
And we
the match.
start with Adam Collins.
Francis McDormand.
Yes, sir. Dan.
Francis McDormand.
Okay,
So,
6-5.
yeah, definitely
6-5
nominated.
right now. And now we're going to get to our final question in round number 1 in the realm of action adventure, Mark.
Action/adventure it is. And for 1 point, the final point available in round one. In what action film does Sylvester Stallone say the line, "In town, you're the law. Out here, it's me. Don't push it, or I'll give you a war you won't believe"?
Okay.
Woo.
I've got one out of two options.
No, it sounds
Going with
wonderful.
the least likely one, just because.
Not the word I would choose.
Oh, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Second one.
All right, and it is in the category of action adventure. In what action film does Sylvester Stallone say the line, "In town, you're the law. Out here, it's me. Don't push it, or I'll give you a war you won't believe"?
I have two options in my head.
Reading that again?
I went with the least likely one.
I kind of felt a surge in power, and
just
because
maybe.
Interesting. Adam Collins
Maybe
writes what he had on the board.
get
5,
lucky.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please, and we start with Dan Murrell.
Demolition Man?
Yes, Adam Collins.
First Blood.
Very interesting. And
For
wondering
some
what
reason I
Adam
was
Collins
going
had
between
there
that
initially, but he
Judge
scratched it off
Dredd,
and
but
sees himself with a
I was wrong on
1-point
both
lead.
accounts.
Dan Murrell with 6, helping that JT did help him because even though he used 2, he got the points there. 7-6, 7-6 as we get into round number 2.
That's why those JTs are there. Use them if you got them. And now we progress to the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. Each competitor gets a spin at that third wheel. It is singles competition, meaning once you settle in a category, 4 questions will be asked to you and only you. Each question is worth 2 points. Here's the rub. If you miss it, your opponent can steal it. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. It is a lead for the current champion, Adam the Coyote Collins. It's just a point, but that is still 1 point enough to give him the right to either spin first or defer to his opponent. So, Coyote, how feel you?
I'd like to spin first, Mr. Ellis.
Roger that.
So with that, we're going to remove Dan and bring in Shannon.
What's up? What is up? Kristen,
Hey, Shannon.
how are you doing? Miserable, sad, losing?
I don't know, probably the same as you. How's your stuff going with Grace?
Hello. Did I just... Probably better than yours. Mark
What
Ellis, it's so
happened
lovely
to
to
the
see you. You
internet?
rep corruption colors beautifully. Just wanted to say you're amazing. Christian, you got some work to do.
Schmoedown colors.
All right, you still have 30 seconds left.
No, it's not. Collins, you are crushing it. What was that quote? I'm going to pull it up real quick because it was so beautiful. And I think it's the same thing that you said to Dan before we started this match. In town, you're the law. Out here, it's me. Don't push it or I'll give you a war you won't believe. Let's give this dude a freaking war. All right? You're amazing. Let's do this. Keep it going.
We're already at war, Shannon. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Here's
got
the
a
wheel.
point.
Thank you, Shannon. Well, I'm not thinking Shannon. All right, here's the spin. It is in.
Let's get it.
Just seeing some fresh categories on there.
Finally. Stop being
And we're
pixelated.
looking at 2000s. All right, 60 seconds to decide.
Go ahead. You go first.
Well, 2000s is a decade. I was alive during that decade. I saw many films during that decade. And if we end up with this category, I wouldn't be upset. But it's a pretty tasty wheel. I'd like a crack at something else, just in case.
Yeah, I agree. Let's spin that wheel again.
There's no spinners
All right,
or
here's the
opponent's
spin.
choice. All right.
It's also a smart move there because the champion gets to choose if you want opponents as spinners. Collins chose to not have that on there, so he can spin
That's
again.
what I
He will.
said.
So here it is. And it looks like we're going to land on DreamWorks Animation.
This could
DreamWorks
be interesting
Animation.
for me.
All right.
Beautiful.
So remove Shannon, and we're going to bring in Dan Murrell.
I'm gonna grab my board
All
for
right.
this
So
one.
the champion has chosen
You know, I've been practicing my
DreamWorks animation on his
lately.
spin. Going to get 4 questions in the realm of DreamWorks. Are you ready, Adam?
I am.
All right. Here's question.
Okay,
What?
I gotta.
Which
focus now.
actor voices the character of Turbo, a garden snail in the film Turbo?
Oh, that Turbo.
Ryan Reynolds.
It's correct for 2 points.
That's a
Question
DreamWorks movie.
In
I
what
didn't know that.
2010's DreamWorks animation film will you find WABAC, Wayback, the Wayback Machine?
2010.
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Home, B, The Boss Baby, C, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, or D, Megamind?
Definitely
Mr.
not
Peabody
Megamind.
and Sherman.
It's correct for 1 point.
Wow,
Here's
that
question
was-
3.
That was the one I was going
All right.
to suggest, but I didn't say it. So
Which actor voices Adam Flayman, who is Barry B. Benson's best friend in B Movie?
Chris Rock?
Matthew Broderick.
With 2 more points. Adam Collins having a good round so far.
I'm
Here
pretty sure
is
Chris Rock
the
is the
final
mosquito,
question
so-
in your round.
Yeah.
Which DreamWorks film has such characters as B.O.B., Dr. Cockroach, Link, and Insectosaurus?
Monsters versus Aliens.
Monsters versus Aliens.
That's correct
At
for
least
2
I
more
got
points
one right.
by the champion there, as we now see ourselves 14-6 with Collins with the lead. All right, so we're going to drop out Adam Collins and bring in Kaiser.
You know, it's funny. It's funny seeing martial arts films on the wheel. Now, I was talking to my therapist, and he said, Kaiser, today I want you to go out and say something nice about Collins. I said, sure. If Dan Murrell is the Bruce Lee of the Schmoedown, I guess that makes Collins the Mr. Miyagi, a really nice guy who knows how to find cheap labor. Champ, this is a brand new game, 0-0. All you got to go out there is sweep this thing, and we're tied. Man, go play Dungeon Ball. Do what you do best, baby. I'm feeling the vibe. We're ready to play. This is a great match. Let's go.
Let's go.
Kaiser's
I'm
such a
ready.
great
This is-
manager.
Listen, we have a game plan. We executed it perfectly. I told you. This
And
is
you got
where
one
it changes.
JTE left. Don't forget about it. Use the time on the clock. Use
is
your
Dungeon
time,
Ball.
man. You know you
It's
got
not
15
about
seconds.
perfection. It's about winning, and we knew that going in, and that's the execution that we're doing.
All right.
Dungeon Ball. Let's play Dungeon Ball.
Thank you to the dungeon. Here is the wheel. Dan Murrell, it is his turn, and here it is. So Adam Collins going to multiple choice once in that round. And now Dan Murrell spins. And here is the spin. We're going to land on
That is Halle Berry.
Yeah, that is
Halle Berry.
Berry.
Is
it?
It's Halle
Yeah,
Berry.
yeah,
It goes to it's on the
leaning
right.
towards the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
All
a
right.
sliver there.
Seconds.
Well, I mean, we trained up on Hallie.
We did. We trained up on a lot. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I say give it a whirl because if you hit her, I'm not afraid of that category. But you know, I say give it another whirl.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
All right. So we're going to spin it again. And here is spin whatever Dan gets here. He's got to take. Spinning away from Halle
Your day,
Berry.
Dan. It's your day, Dan. Bring that belt back to Arkansas.
Courtroom and legal
courtroom
thrillers.
legal.
That is it. All right. So thank you, Kaiser. We're going to remove Kaiser and bring back Adam.
I would say
All
it's
right.
a strength
So Mark,
of Dan, but
Dan
then
Murrell
again,
is going to get
everything is a
courtroom
strength of Dan. So it
dramas
doesn't
and
really
legal
matter.
thrillers. Here we go.
All right, your first question for 2 points, and it is the category courtroom dramas / legal thrillers. Which Oscar-winning actor co-stars with Ryan Gosling in the 2007 legal thriller Fracture?
Anthony Hopkins.
2 points for Dangerous Dan Murrell. And we continue in this category with your next question being, Jeremy Irons won a Best Actor Oscar for playing a real-life murder defendant, Klaus von Bülow, in what film?
Reversal of Fortune.
Those fortunes turned right around. Yes, they did. That is 2 more points. And now Dan Murrell within 4 of Adam Collins' lead. Dan, your penultimate question in courtroom dramas and legal thrillers. Who directed Tom Cruise in 1993's The Firm?
Sidney Pollack.
He's a pretty good actor as well. And now, Christian, we find ourselves at this crossroad. Dan Murrell trails
Just like Kaiser
Coyote
said.
by 2. If he hits this, we're tied going in to round number 3.
Crazy. 14-12 at the moment. Dan Murrell with his last question in round 2.
And it is. In what classic film does Henry Fonda play Abraham Lincoln when he was a trial lawyer prior to taking up politics?
Young Mr. Lincoln.
These guys know a lot about movies, Christian. That is correct for a perfect round number 2. We're tied at 14.
Right back where we left off at Spectacular. 14-14 as we are tied up after round number 2. The scrap continues. Round number 3, Mark, it's the betting round. How does it go?
It is the betting round, so let's head to Vegas, or at least Prim, Nevada. The betting round works as thus. Each competitor is going to watch that wheel go round and round and round. Technically, it's going to be Adam Collins, the Coyote, spinning it. Once it settles on a category, a single question will be asked to the field.
Does it really
But
matter
before we ask
who's
that
spinning the
question,
wheel if
each
there is
competitor is going to wager a series of points.
and
That's why we
opponent's
call it the
choice
betting
on it?
round. You may wager up to 3 points. You don't have to wager any points. You can also wager 1 or 2 points. It's really your decision, because then we'll ask the question to the field. You write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you by name or nickname to reveal your answer, we're going to find out if you got it right. If you did, you gain as many points as you wagered. If you miss it, you lose the amount of points that you bet. Once again, Christian, that's why we're proud to be sponsored by Buffalo Bills Casino.
It's not accurate. All right, so we are going to bring up that wheel, and we're going to spin that wheel.
There it is. Technically, it was Adam Collins spinning it. He would be the tiebreaker, as he is the...
He will choose whether or not...
giving him the right to,
Movie release dates. Movie release dates is the category. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bring in... First, we're going to drop out Dan and bring in Shannon. All right. Guys, you're going to have 30 seconds to decide how much points you want to talk in code or whatever you want to do, starting now.
Well, in keeping with themes of the past, we could go with famine, war, death, or pestilence.
Gosh.
10 seconds.
I don't know what to do here. I say war.
War?
War. Just the
All right,
season of war.
In keeping with the theme, war it is.
All right, that's
War
time.
it is.
I'm going to remove corruption and bring back the dungeon. All right, 30 seconds to decide, starting now.
Oh, champ, they didn't seem very confident, did they?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a tough category. We can go a lot of places. I think, I don't know about Bateman. I think Bateman might be out. I'm thinking Video Drew or Parker.
I say Parker. I say Parker.
Pretty sure
Parker
Bateman
may be
is 3.
That may be the safest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking
Parker might be 1.
All right, so now we are going to drop out Kaiser, and we are going to bring back Collins. All right, gentlemen, round number 3 is about to begin. So what I need you both to do, I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. Please put in the amount of points in the private chat. Adam, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Roger that.
All right, there we go. So now we are going to start the round here. You spun movie release dates, and here is the question, gentlemen. Here is the question. Do the Right Thing and Major League were both released in what year?
The bets are in. We'll get the amount of points each competitor wagered before we get their answer in
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Adam Collins, how many points?
3.
And you
I
said?
went with 2.
1989.
Dan, how many points?
3.
And you said?
Really?
1989.
Both correct.
1996,
So here we
because I
are
was
again,
thinking of a different
17,
movie
17
that also has
as
the
we get
name league,
to
the word league
the fourth
in the
round.
name.
It
So,
is
again, I'm
speed
glad
round.
I'm not the one
17, 17, Mark. What are the rules of the speed round?
Yeah, Major League celebrating its anniversary last week. Well, it's about to get wild. Here as well, because the lightning speed round. Each competitor gets 60 seconds in the speed round to answer as many questions correctly as they can. At the most, they'll hear 10 questions. Each question's worth a point if you get it right. If you miss it, you do lose a point off your total. There is another option. You can simply say pass to any question that you're not quite sure of the answer. You're not comfortable wagering a guess. And I'll simply move on to the next question. Now, while I'm in a speed round with one particular competitor, the other one will be in a different stream waiting room so that there's no chance that they'll be hearing the questions prior to entering the speed round themselves. Once all the questions have been asked, any question that a competitor did say pass initially to will be re-asked, provided there's still time in that 60-second window. However, you may continue to pass if you still can't quite get that correct answer. And so, Christian, it's 17-17 right now, which, again, we will break the tie with the current belt holder, that being Coyote. So, Coyote, would you like to enter the speed round first and get your 10 questions done, or would you like to defer to your dangerous opponent?
I like these speed rounds, Mr. Ellis. Let's go.
All right. So Dan Murrell is going to drop out into the other room. Kaiser will stay behind. Kaiser, please have your hands up during Collins' round, please. Thank you so much. All right, Mark. Let's give Coyote his questions. All right. So Dan will, once we get word that Dan is in the room, we will be able to.
And while I'm doing that, no questions going to be given away right off the bat, just because, Coyote, I want to run you through a couple of the rules just to make sure we're clear and understanding. Your speed round is 60 seconds long. That 60-second timer, you're going to see it up there in one of the corners of your window. It's not going to start counting down until I've completed asking question number one. So I'll start the question, and then your timer starts. You can cut me off if you think you already know the answer. It's not always advised, but that is your choice. Again, you want to get through as many as you can in 60 seconds. And I'm not going to tell you whether you got a question correct or incorrect. Regardless, I'm simply just going to move on to the next question. You won't know whether you were right or wrong until both competitors have completed their speed round. All that makes sense to you, okay?
Makes perfect sense.
All right, then I want to do one more question, which is a warm-up, a practice one, just to make sure our connection is relatively smooth. Coyote's famous in Looney Tunes for chasing what animal?
Roadrunner.
He's a real SOB, the Roadrunner.
That is correct. Hey, look, the clock even made an appearance. That was nice of it. All right, Adam, you feeling pretty confident? Are you ready to begin your speed round?
I am.
All right, and we have confirmation that we have everyone in the waiting room. Here we go. Adam Collins, your speed round will begin at the completion of this question ask. Who won their only Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in $1 Million Baby?
Morgan Freeman.
Who played Norman Bates in 1998's Psycho?
Vince Vaughn.
Who directed the films Quiz Show and The Horse Whisperer?
Robert Redford.
Which actress was nominated for her role as Charlene Fleming in The Fighter?
Pass.
What Mel Brooks film features ludicrous speed and the Schwartz?
Spaceballs.
Who provided the musical score for 1979's Alien?
Jerry Goldsmith.
Who played Ash Williams in Army of Darkness?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Who plays law student Ellen Rourke in A Time to Kill?
Sandra Bullock.
Who voices Mr. Fox in 2009's Fantastic Mr. Fox?
George
George Clooney.
In what year were the films The Shawshank Redemption and The Mask released?
1999.
Which actress was nominated for her role as Charlene Fleming in The Fighter?
Amy Adams.
Your speed round is complete.
Oh!
All right. Okay, thank you to Adam Collins. We're going to drop out Adam, and we're going to bring back Dan Murrell. Adam will drop into the other StreamYard.
What do we have that other stream? Do we have any intel on that? Is it just like peaceful music and candles lit and a nice Hawaiian tropic background?
Yeah, and we just have that Paulo Yamas theme by David B. in loop.
David, how good is David B? Can we just talk about that for a sec?
Both those music. So yeah, we need Collins to drop into the next stream, and then waiting for Dan to come back. Dan's coming back. All right. And now we still need Collins to drop. Collins is out. Are we going to get confirmation on Collins? As soon as we do, we can begin Dan Murrell's speed round.
And while we wait for that, Dan, pretty sure you remember how the speed round works. Just going to refresh you of a couple rules. Remember, it's a point if you get it right. You do miss a point if you say an incorrect answer. You can also just say pass. Now, keep in mind, if that 60-second window is still eligible, I'm going to go back to any questions that you did say pass to. You don't have to answer them. You can continue to say pass if you're not sure of the answer. I'm not going to begin the timer until I've completed asking the first question, and you're going to see that timer up in the corner of your window. And just a reminder, I'm not going to tell you whether you got a question right or wrong until both scores have been tabulated. Does all of that make sense? Okay.
Sounds great.
All right, and your final question. What conference does the Florida State Seminoles compete in?
Well, I wouldn't say if you competed lately, but they are in the ACC.
And they will rise again. I'm sure they're pretty good at sports. All right, Dan, your speed round will begin at the completion of my asking of this question. Who won their only Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in $1 Million Baby?
Morgan Freeman.
Who played Norman Bates in 1998's Psycho?
Vince Vaughn.
Who directed the films Quiz Show and The Horse Whisperer?
Robert Redford.
Which actress was nominated for her role as Charlene Fleming in The Fighter?
Hilary Swank.
What Mel Brooks film features ludicrous speed and the Schwartz?
Spaceballs.
Who provided the musical score for 1979's Alien?
Jerry Goldsmith.
Who played Ash Williams in Army of Darkness?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Who plays law student Ellen Rourke in A Time to Kill?
Sandra Bullock.
Who voices Mr. Fox in 2009's Fantastic Mr. Fox?
George Clooney.
In what year were the films The Shawshank Redemption and The Mask released?
1994.
Dan Murrell's speed round is complete.
94.
All right, going to tally that up real quick, Mark, and you're going to do a little stand-up for the audience. Right back.
Oh, me? Well, it's funny Christian brings up stand-up because I got some tour dates coming up, kids. Yeah, I know it's exciting for everyone. And so while I don't have these specific dates to announce quite yet, we'll wait until tickets are ready to go on sale. Did a few shows outdoors last week in LA, feeling pretty good about the new material, and a special is in my sights. So Nashville, get ready. Parts of Florida, get ready. Texas, well, we know you're open, so get ready because I'm coming your way as well. And I get this question a lot when I'm touring. Hey, Mark, remember Christian? And I say, which one? Rubalcaba? Yeah, he's in it. They say, no, Harloff. I say, yes, of course, the guy from the show. And they say, yeah, he used to do stand-up. Was he funny? And I say, well, you may have the answer to that before the year. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy?
All right, so we are going to bring back Dan Murrell and Adam Collins.
2001, I think.
All right, so after
the Mask was
the speed round, Adam Collins got all 10 questions correct. Dan Murrell missed one when he said Hilary Swank instead of Amy Adams, which is the answer we were looking for, and which actress nominated for her role. So at the moment, the score, Adam Collins, 27, Dan Murrell, 25 at the end of the speed round. 27-25, the champion takes a 2-point lead as we go into the fifth and final round, the championship rounds. Mark, what are the rules for round 5?
This is the round that will determine the match.
Wait a minute.
Of course, as most of our fans and definitely our competitors and managers know, sudden death is lurking. We're prepared for that as well. But for this round, we actually need some help from each competitor. We just need y'all to give us a series of numbers.
Wagered
3 numbers in total.
Got it right.
Each number corresponds to a unique category of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. Your final one is worth 5 big championship-worthy points. There's no penalty for missing a question, and there is no stealing in round number 5. Those lucky numbers you're selecting may be within the range of 1 to 20. You may not pick the same numbers as your opponent. So, Christian, here we go. It is a 2-point lead for the belt holder, the Coyote, which gives him the right to choose his fortunate numbers first. Adam Collins, from 1 to 20, what feels destined?
7, 2, and 9, please.
7, 2, and 9 for the champion, and for the challenger?
17, 1, and 5.
17, 1, and 5 for Dan Murrell. All right, so we are going to remove Dan Murrell and bring in Shannon. 60 seconds starting now.
Yo, holy crap. I know you're nervous, and I know you're more excited than you are nervous right now, and you absolutely should be. 27-25, this is not the nail in the coffin for Dan. We know he's known for going perfect in his last final round. Expect that out of him, and also expect that out of you, because you
there's
can
not
do
going
this.
to be
You are
a-
so much
a
smarter than
sudden
him.
death,
You know
though.
more than him. You're in
Just
the
wanted to
lead.
point that
All you
out.
got to do is focus on you, stay in your
Mathematically,
lane, listen to these questions entirely, and answer them. You got your 2,
Unless
your
it's a
3,
very
your 5.
extreme
You got all your repeats
situation.
left. So your brain is firing on all cylinders. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you need to do to stay in the zone. I have
if Dan
the
gets his
utmost
2
confidence in you.
all
I'm so
3 of his
excited for
points
you. I hope you
correctly,
take a nice deep breath, relax, and just
and
do what you came
Collins
here to
misses
do,
his
Adam.
2-pointer but gets
Do
the
what
other
you love
ones,
to do.
it's going
This
to be
is my job. Let's go.
sudden death.
Let's do it.
All right, time. We're going to remove corruption and bring back the dungeon. Kaiser, 60 seconds starting now.
Well,
well,
here we are. The final round, baby, where dangerous Dan Murrell does what he does, and that's win championships. Brother, you got one JTE. You take a deep, deep breath. You remember what Winston Churchill said. Never, never, never give up. It's your day, brother. There's nobody I'd rather be riding with. It's all business from here on in. Take a breath. Use the time you got. You got one JTE. Let's go get a belt.
This round is what it is, a little bit of a self-inflicted wound there, but it's still, let's see what happens with the questions. I get that question right. We go into overtime. Who knows what happens? It's the same game.
It's a new game. It's 0-0 right
Let's do
now.
it.
Let's get dangerous.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now we are going to remove John Kaiser and bring back the champion. All right. So we are going to start with Dangerous Dan Murrell, Mark, who chose category
17 is the category that he chose for his 2-point question.
Wait
it's
a
a
minute, no,
celebrated number
I'm
in my
still hung up
household
on
as
this.
it
It's
corresponds to Doug Williams.
27,
Here,
26, that's
it corresponds
25.
to horror movies.
I've done the math
So
a
Dan,
couple
for
of
2
times.
points and to tie the Coyotes lead, name the 1999 horror movie that cost just $35,000 to make and grossed over $140 million in the United States.
Scream?
The Blair Witch Project.
No standing in the corner for Murrell. He is alive and kicking, and we have a tied ball game. All 27s, Christian.
still going
We
with
are
the
all
wrong
27s,
math.
and now the champion will have an opportunity here to
gives?
take the lead once again with his category. And his category, Mark, was category
Unless
7.
I'm getting
Category
this wrong and
Yes.
he bet 3
John
points
Elway's
and
number is also one of your favorite categories, scores and soundtracks. Here we go. For 2 points and a 2-point lead, Coyote. Who composed the scores for the 2019 films Dumbo and Men in Black International?
Danny Elfman.
I think he's got a bright future. That is
yeah,
correct
yeah,
for 2 points, and it's back to Collins
Tim
on
Burton,
top, which
right?
means we pivot to Murrell, Christian, possibly to take the lead.
That's right.
no
Dan
sudden
Murrell
death now, I
now
think.
going for his another lead here as
Nope,
he chose
mathematically
category 1,
impossible.
Mark, and that lands him in the realm of family films. Family films.
Familia
Aw,
fitness.
it does. And these family films can give Dan a heartwarming 1-point lead if he gets this question correct. Dan, the query is, which Marvel Cinematic Universe actress stars as a nanny for a rich New York family in The Nanny Diaries?
Marvel Cinematic
5,
Universe actress?
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one.
All right. It's in the category of family films. And the question, which Marvel Cinematic Universe actress stars as a nanny for a rich New York family in The Nanny Diaries?
It's definitely one. Is it Rachel McAdams? Just a guess.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Scarlett Johansson.
Might have been a guess, Christian, but it was a good one because it's correct for a point.
Oh.
And 2 more.
At
And
one
it's 3
point, I
points
was
total. And it's a
considering
1-point lead for
Scarlett
Dan.
Johansson, but I
Murrell.
didn't
It
go
is a
with
1-point
so-
lead as he guesses
Interesting. I
there,
should've
and
stuck
now
to my guns
Collins
on that one.
tries to slap it back here with his
I figured that
3-pointer,
would be
and
too
he
obvious of an
chose
answer.
category 2, and that puts us in the realm of crime films. Crime films.
Yes. It does. Let's get to some sort of seedy underworld for 3 points and possibly to retake his 2-point lead. Adam, your question. Freddie Heflin, town sheriff, idolizes the NYPD and once hoped to become an officer, but couldn't because he's deaf in one ear. In what 1997 film?
Copland.
As David Letterman called it, Cop Town. That is correct, and it is a 1-point lead for Adam, the Coyote Collins. And more importantly to the flow of the game, Christian, it means we go back to Dangerous Dan Murrell for a 5-pointer. He's got to have.
He's got to hit this one, and he finds himself in a position he's been in many times before. He hits this, it bounces back to Collins. However, if he misses it, then Adam Collins defends the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship. Mark, the 5-pointer. It was category 5.
It was category 5. It's Heath Schuler's number, and it corresponds to the world of black cinema. And Dan, your question. For 5 points to take a lead and to force Adam Collins to answer one more question to keep that belt, Malcolm D. Lee made his directorial debut with what 1999 romantic comedy featuring Monica Calhoun and Terrence Howard?
Five, 4,
No repeats
3,
left.
2.
Best man.
That is correct for 5 points. And Christian,
I think I
it
saw
pivots
that
back
movie.
to the Coyote.
I'm not
he
kidding.
finds himself
I think
trailing
I
by
saw that
3.
movie.
That's beside the point. He's got a 5-point question, and now he has to answer it if he wants to keep that belt on his mantle.
That is absolutely right. So where we stand at the moment, Adam Collins has to hit his 5-pointer. If he does, he retains the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship. However, if he misses, Dangerous Dan Murrell will be, once again, the Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion. Mark, Adam chose number 9.
9?
He chose number 9, a famous number in Collider Live history, and it also corresponds to what a more fitting category than
reference.
thrillers. And your question. For the win. What 1990s thriller from director Andrew Davis was a remake of the Alfred Hitchcock film Dial M for Murder?
I think Dan knows this, judging by his face.
5, 4.
Repeat the question, please.
First one.
All right. Categories thrillers. The question, what 1990s thriller from director Andrew Davis was a remake of the Alfred Hitchcock film Dial M for Murder?
Five, 4.
Repeat the question.
Second one.
All right. Category of thrillers. What 1990s thriller from director Andrew Davis was a remake of the Alfred Hitchcock film Dial M for Murder?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Last one.
All right, and it is in the category of thrillers. What 1990s thriller from director Andrew Davis was a remake of the Alfred Hitchcock film Dial M for Murder?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Indecent proposal.
And your winner and new Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world once again, Dangerous Dan Murrell!
He did it, man!
Wow! Dan answer was a perfect murder. A perfect murder.
Wow, champ!
Murder was the answer.
Wow!
And Murrell,
Oh my
champion.
God!
The moment is recreated this time.
Champ, you did it, champ! You did it!
It's not Mara hugging Murrell. It's Murrell hugging Mara. He did it again. He did it again. This guy is just unbelievable.
Let's get dangerous.
He comes back. Big 7 points, and Dan Murrell's the champion once again. All right, so Dan.
Sorry.
Congratulations.
I know what it's like. I knew what it was like for her. I had to let her off the hook. I'm sorry.
Of course. All right, listen, we're going to remove Dan winning the championship 35-32. All right, we're going to go ahead and remove Dan at the moment. So the good news is we also found out that Jen Serger will actually be available. So that is great.
Oh.
Jen's coming in for this match. Wasn't able to make it for the first match, but she will be here for the second one to talk.
It's Steph and Jen. It's a quadruple threat, counting us two.
What's incredible is it's just that the moments that Jen and Dan have every time Dan wins a championship here too. But what an incredible match. 35-32. 35-32. Dan Murrell taking the championship there. Once again, he's a 5-time movie trivia Schmoedown champion. He did it again, picking up 7 big points for the dungeon. That puts them at a tremendous lead right now. They have 25 points after that big win. They have the Inner Geekdom Championship. They have the Singles Championship. The dungeon is doing exactly what they set out to do. But in no way can Adam Collins hang his head. I know he's going to be disappointed. I know he's going to be upset, but this is part of the game here. He is 7-1, but he fought so hard and he had to lead the majority of the game. But nonetheless, Dan Murrell, the 5-time movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, is standing by with Jen Serger and a very, very happy John Kaiser. Jen, take it away.
Well,
all business, all the time. That's what goes down in the dungeon, Jen. All business, all the time.
I'm sure a lot of things go on in the dungeon, Kaiser, that I certainly don't want to be privy to. But Dan, I can just tell just from the look on your face still that you're just kind of soaking all of this in. Look, that was a really exciting match. You guys had us guessing down to the wire how it was going to go. I'm sure that's not the way you enjoy playing, but it sure makes for an interesting game for the rest of us to watch.
Yeah, no kidding, right? That is the speed round. I know the kind of player that Collins is. That one check down in round 2 is what kept me from winning last time. You're one mistake away, always. That's all it takes. And so I thought that was going to sink me. I thought
you saw it happen on your face in real time when you realized I misheard the move, and you're like, oh, I was like, oh, I want to take that back for him. Because listen, I don't know a lot of the answers in this movie trivia show, but I knew that one. So
yeah, well, I was already my brain was in a little storm because I had just caught the 1998 Psycho, because I had already had Anthony Perkins. Excuse me, I knocked my own headphone out. Cycling through my head, and then I caught it with Vince Vaughn, and it was just kind of like a boom, and it just caught me on the jaw on the rebound there. And I thought that was
not the round you want to do that in, because it's not just not getting that question, it's losing a point, in fact.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all it took.
So talk me through that.
Had me dead to rights.
Yeah, talk me through, obviously we talked about the speed round. Talk me through that last round. That 5th round, what was going through your head going into that round while you were down?
Speed round, they lose a point
it's
if
so
they
funny.
miss a question?
When we were prepping
Maybe
for today's match,
where
I
the
texted
math
one of
thing
my
came
dungeon
in.
mates. I said, this
Maybe that's
wheel
where I
is
was
tough.
wrong.
I know Collins. I said, I think that luck is going to have a lot to do with what happens today. And that 3-pointer, that was luck. I was dead to rights on it. I was just completely dead to rights on it. I thought that was the go-to answer, and I guess I got lucky. But I have to say, on that 5-pointer, when people talk about the dungeon and what the dungeon can do for you, we sat in a prep session last week and we mapped out Malcolm D. Lee's movies. Every single one of them. I've got a picture of the whiteboard that I wrote them all on, because we were talking about the questions that could come up. We were talking about directors. We were talking about Malcolm D. Lee, and we wrote every single one of those movies out. And if I was not in the dungeon, if we had not been doing that prep session, I would never have gotten that question.
That's the difference.
Are you
That's the
saying
difference
Bobby
of being in the
Gucci
dungeon.
wouldn't have prepared you as adequately?
We've seen what Bobby he wouldn't even be here, Jen. We've seen what happens. He'd be, I don't know where he was, wearing his clown outfit somewhere, I guess. I don't know.
I do have to ask you though, Dan. You appeared that
About
you knew
the clown
Colin's
outfit.
5-pointer. Am I accurate in reading that body language at all?
I don't
Yes, because we ran that question in a training session too. I'm sitting here praying like, why didn't we have that question?
I
But that's
had
the
a
way the
hunch,
match
but
goes.
I didn't know 100%. I had a hunch.
you knew
but-
it. You
but
knew it. We went
you
over
know,
that.
ultimately it's it's the luck of the draw with numbers and stuff.
Hey, he had some tough questions to answer. There
Absolutely.
were no gimmies. There were no gimmies. And listen, this kid Collins is an absolute champion from the time he stepped into the league till now. If you don't think this kid's coming back with a vengeance, we need to watch our back. That kid is a freaking beast. Dan said it best. You miss once, and that boy will catch you. He's a damn good player. I give him all the credit in the world. And I know he's going to have a phenomenal career. His manager, not so much.
I have to say, though, you do realize, Dan, to add to your resume of things, 18 wins, 5 championships, you were the very first person to hand Collins a loss.
Yeah, that is also
I
true.
don't like to compare myself to John Roca very much, but this has
Who
very
does?
eerie shades of John Roca, undefeated champion, a veteran player coming in, and it's just history has a weird way of like cycling and repeating. It's just I happen to be the old dog, a little gray in my beard here and there, and it's I've literally been in Adam's position, and I know what it's like, and I've got nothing but respect for him. He may be the coyote, but in my mind, I'm going to see him as the Tasmanian devil, because all I'm going to think about is him coming back at me in a furious tornado of like teeth and facts and bloodthirst.
The guy is one of the best players I've ever seen do this, and that's not pulling any
He
punches. He's one
answered
of the best
more
I've ever seen.
questions correctly than
Kaiser,
Dan
is it
did.
satisfying to take this win away from corruption?
Can't take that away from him.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to say about that, Jen, is, I don't like Mike Kalinowski, but I respect Mike Kalinowski. The fact that Shannon throws him out on the porch so she can record her stupid promos with nobody over her shoulder is downright disrespectful. Mike could freeze to death out on the porch. What's his headstone going to say? Here lies Mike Kalinowski. He was a great champion. It took 6 days to peel his ass off the porch and 3 to pull the lollipop out of his mouth. It's always good to be corrupt.
Thank God
No,
you said
they're
that.
going to bury him with the lollipop. Come on.
Oh, God. Well, Murrell, you did bring up Roca.
Murrell?
And obviously
That's a
Roca has
Pokemon.
Bateman next. You're pulling for Ben, clearly. But would you be
Roca's
sad
gonna
if Roca
destroy
somehow
him.
made his way to you?
No, of course I wouldn't be sad, because I like
Because
to
he wants
prove
his
a point.
revenge.
And we saw it when he crashed my little planning session the other day. He likes to go on and on about, I beat you in 2017. I beat you in 2017. He's stuck in 4 years ago, Jen. He's stuck in 2017.
Let the
and
past
I
die.
look
Kill
forward
it if
to.
you
Obviously,
must.
I'm pulling for my faction mate, but I'm not going to be brokenhearted if I get the chance to remind my former partner just what year it is. Because if today has proven anything, it's that the dungeon has taken what I was and bumped it up a few notches.
Well, I can certainly say that it's going to be a very impressive mantle at your place with 2 belts sitting on it. So, congratulations.
I did, Jen, what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to take Dan Murrell back to the top of the mountain. I said I was going to take Mara Kanapik back to the top of the mountain. Now, the good news is Collins lives in a cave in the Ozarks, so it's not that far of a walk to bring the belt over to his house. Save a lot of money on postage, Jen. A lot of money on postage.
All right. We're done here. Congratulations again, Dan. It's always great to see you. And
I'm curious
the champ
to
is
see
back.
how the standings
Thanks.
look at the moment.
Jen, she said it right. Dan Murrell, the champ, is back. 18 wins, 8 knockouts. He is a 5-time and the current movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world. It's incredible. It's incredible what this guy's able to do. Shannon said it in the as they were going into it. It's like, we know what this guy does. We know what he does. He's done it before. How many times have we seen Dan Murrell behind in the final round, and you're like, oh man, maybe that's the one that's going to take him out, and he goes, nope. It doesn't matter if he's down a point, 2 points, 4 points, 6 points. The guy finds a way to continue to do what he's doing. He's called the GOAT for a reason, and he's the 5-time champion of the world.
He just stays in the contest the whole time. He lets the game come to him. He was the first one to blink in round number 1. He was the first one and the only one to blink in round number 4, but he never lost sight of the prize, which is the belt that he rightfully claims once again. But the thing you can understate with both these competitors is the word class. Yes, their nicknames are Dangerous and Coyote, so you may not expect a whole lot of sportsmanship, but that's what we had on full display here today from both the new champ and the champ coming into today's match, Adam the Coyote Collins. What a display of courage, of mental fortitude, and movie trivia knowledge that would have been good enough on most days, just not today against Dan Murrell.
Well, we are going to throw to Jen Sturger, who is now with Shannon Barney and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion, the Coyote, Adam Collins. Jen?
Adam, I'm sure the way that last round went down has got to be absolutely soul-crushing, considering you played your ass off this entire match, like literally down to the last question.
Not only did he play his ass off this entire match, he had Dan by his freaking toenails this whole match.
Yeah, the thing about five pointers is they give everybody a chance. So I'm glad we could throw some charity out there and give Dan his belt back for a little while.
Oh.
But the thing is, the dungeon is going to be doing these premature victory laps for the next couple months, and they can enjoy it. Mara and Dan had a lot to celebrate in that household, and I'm happy for both of them. But here's the thing, Jen. You know what Dan's done? He
made him angry.
He set me loose again. They had me up there with this belt, and I love this belt, and it's going to come back. I'm not worried about that. But I'm sitting around watching everyone play this season. I'm like, where's my match? I know I have a belt, but I like the great Kevin Smith said,
going back to the tournament.
I want to defend
it's going to
every
bring
month.
a lot of points
Now,
to
I get to play
corruption.
again. Now I get to beat up on all these people who think that they know as much as I do, and they don't. That's going to be a lot of fun for me, and it's a way to rack up points. Plus, we have this teams tournament coming up. Me and Marisol are going to crush that. And all of you in Inner Geekdom, watch out. Maybe even Star Wars too. I'm
going
ready for
into
all
Inner
of you clowns.
Geekdom?
All of you.
So wait, am I understanding correctly that you're saying that you will literally compete for any of these belts?
Jen, you didn't hear shit.
In any of. Oh, okay. Where do we go from here? So if you're going to be back, if you're going to be back in the mix, I mean, is there someone that you guys particularly have your eye on to get started? Because let's face it, you were a big reason for Corruption's success last year with that run you went on in singles that led you to get the belt. So now are we just going to be basically watching a replay of last year?
More than likely. Shannon, I yield the floor to you for a moment. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Oh my God, you guys thought we'd be sad about this? Dan Murrell, you just screwed over everyone else. Take your victory lap, take your win. You deserved it, whatever. But you just effed everyone else in the butt because now Adam Collins is available for whatever I need him for. Whatever Corruption needs him for.
So
and look at his face.
Does
The man is ready to go.
Does this include IG? Because let's face it, Shannon, you're already pretty stacked when it comes to Inner Geekdom. Why would you?
I know, right?
Why would
more
you?
the merrier.
Okay, so Shannon, do you go the direction where it's the Star Wars tourney and teams right now? Like, where are we pivoting to?
Listen, we're in last place. I can go wherever the hell I want to go because the only direction we can go is up. This smells a lot like last season. It smells a lot like last season.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite smell because it means that we are going to win the faction championship again.
I mean, I would say sorry for your loss today, but I feel like somehow...
Jen, save your breath. You don't need to say that. Nobody here is sorry. Adam outplayed Dan Murrell freaking 2-1 today. 1 5-pointer, and that's the deal. It costs you. A 5-pointer will cost you an entire match. You can outplay someone.
Answered more questions.
At least 2 to 3 rounds better. I mean, he did amazing.
Adam, Dial for Murder is so much better than that remake. I guess I'll rewatch it because I paid the price today, but at the same time, it doesn't hold a candle to the original. Plus,
also,
my accuracy was through the roof today.
It was incredible. You have absolutely nothing to hang your head about. You were insane today. 1 5-pointer, and that's the way it goes. And nobody knows that better than you. So I'm not worried about here. The only thing I'm worried about today is if I look too pretty. Like, do I look too pretty that we're creating like an unfair advantage for people watching at home? Am I setting like unrealistic expectations for everyone? That's what's on my mind right now.
Literally
because Adam
said
Collins
that
is going
and
nowhere.
Her camera
You
went
guys
all
gave him
pixelated.
you guys gave him like a teaser. You gave him a
Is there some
sample of the
Schmoedown stuff
buffet
happening
that you
right
guys
now?
placed before us, and you're all in deep shit now. You're all in such deep trouble. Deep trouble. I'm so sorry for all of you. I'm so sorry
Correction.
for all of you.
And Dan,
Jen, go
that
for-
rubber match is happening, pal. That rubber match, it's happening. Try and
And
relax
also-
in the meantime.
A quick shout out to Kaiser. Kaiser, this was a championship match. Like, you couldn't even bother to like cure your hangover, take off your sunglasses, maybe put on some deodorant. Like, talk about no class. Look at you, you scrub. Look at you. You're disgusting. You disgust me. I'm so ashamed of you.
All right. Well, like I said, while it may felt like a loss, I mean, now that you've kind of pointed it out to me, I feel like this is the worst thing that could have possibly happened for the rest of the league in terms of a lot of things. So
oopsies.
I'll see you out there, folks.
Back to the desk.
That's all, folks.
See, I can say this now because Grace is running things. Jen needs a raise. So this is absolutely insane of how it all went down here today. And Shannon is a great manager. She's having a very rough go at it at the moment.
Breaking news too. I mean, there's a whole lot to dissect in that interview.
Yeah, it really is, because you look at Collins is pissed off, Shannon is pissed off, and it also shows, because this was, if corruption had it, and they were almost there, they were that close. It was, as Shannon said, and she's not wrong, it was 1 5-pointer, and that's the game. And she was that close to jumping into second place. Instead, Dan Murrell does it again. 5 championships, and now the Dungeon have a massive lead. Here are the standings once again. At the moment, the Dungeon 25, the Mercs with 12, Exchange with 11, the Den with 8, Stars 7, Suspects with 6, and Swag and Corruption both with 4 points. So the Dungeon is doing exactly almost what the Exchange was supposed to do last season. They are doing it this season. So much to happen here. And for all you guys who are watching right now, make sure you got to head on over and watch the rundown, because Brad Gilmore is going to be over there, and he's going to be breaking this down on this channel. So make sure you stay over here. The rundown. Brad Gilmore is going to be on there today, and he's going to be breaking it down. So there's going to be so much to talk about. All the other after shows that are doing this, a lot of other things to talk about too. On April 24th, get your tickets now if you don't have it already. The free-for-all. It is the free-for-all that was supposed to happen last year. Well, it happens this year. 40 competitors, April 24th. Make sure you get your tickets to the schmoedownlive.com or patreon.com/schmoedown at the $10 level. So much more that we have going on. If you didn't know that all the factions, what they're playing for, I read you out those standings. The reason and what they're doing is they're playing for a pool at the end of the year that you guys are responsible to see just how much they are playing for. So every time you buy faction merch, every time you buy something from Corruption or the Dungeon or anything, to a percentage of those profits goes to the pool. And what it does is it rewards the players, the managers, the people who put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, listening what Dan Murrell said, and those study sessions that they do, and the heart they put into this thing, and the effort and the time that they put into it. They will be rewarded at the end of the year by the big pool that is created. So go and get that faction merch. And finally, Mark, we have a couple matches coming up next week. Look at the slate coming up. Starting on Monday, the early patrons are going to get this match coming up on Monday, and that is the Star Wars tournament. Sorry, that's the Star Wars tournament. We're getting close to the Star Wars tournament, and it's Adam the Razor Witt against the Major, Thomas Harper, big prospect there. That is before we get to the tournament. They're going to have the Star Wars match, and then on April 15th, this is Thursday, John the Flick Pick, our buddy Flickinger, makes his Schmoedown debut against King Khan from the Finstock Exchange. Can the Exchange keep the momentum
Let's
going
see
with their
what
rookie
other
hotshots? We'll find out on the
character
15th.
they have on the
And then
Exchange now.
on the 16th, this is a big one. The Godfather, Drew McQueenie, makes his return to the ring as he goes up against the delinquent Lon Harris. This
gonna be
will
another
be
interesting
something.
match.
What a match it will be. That all goes down this week. Mark, what a match it was today, brother. What an event it was. Kevin Smith winning by TKO and Dan Murrell becoming the 5-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world.
And after all that pomp and circumstance, you see all those cards of upcoming matches. You know who loves that more than anyone? Possibly even the fans, which are great, are all those other managers that we showed that are not the dungeon, because there's so many opportunities to make up ground. 25 points is a whole lot to have this early in the season, but with all these matches, with all these tournaments and all these special pay-per-view events, every manager still has a great shot to climb up in the rankings and possibly get to that number one spot before it's all said and done. And like Christian said, the event that we just witnessed between Kevin Smith and Sassy Stacey Howard, and then this big-time event, a belt exchanged hands yet again, the Coyote handing it over back to Dangerous Dan Murrell. What a showdown it was. What an event, and we could not have done it without our incredible hardworking team behind the scenes, everyone at the team Skybound, as well as all the managers, competitors. Yes, even you, Kaiser. I see you in the private chat. And special thanks to Jen Sturger and Steph Sabra for making us look like we're good at our job when we throw it to them to ask the really tough questions. I got an easy one for you, Christian. You ready for it?
Let's do it.
It's a softball.
Yeah.
One of the better title matches we've ever seen, no?
I mean, they have had two of them, and they've both been fantastic. And look, Adam Collins says, hey, that rubber match is going to happen, pal. And I say, oh, God, I hope so. Because what the two matches they already had have been classics. The third one, hey, maybe we get lucky and we're doing it live in front of 1,000 people. You know,
wait, that's not your. Oh, yeah, that's right. We don't make the calls around here anymore. So I guess hopefully Grace sends a text to one of us.
Either way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Mark Ellis. Thank you, as Mark said, to our great team over at Skybound and everybody who was involved here today. Thank you guys for joining us. Head on over to the Rundown. Go check that out. And we are excited for everything coming. We're glad you're enjoying the season. We will see you guys next time.
Well, it's another great match. Another great title match between these two. And it's nice to see that the belt is back where it belongs. This is how much points how much questions I answered correctly. Unfortunately, I answered more questions in the speed round than I did in the entire match, which, I mean, it's a championship level match, so it's only natural that I would miss as many questions as I did. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised I actually got 2 questions correctly in this entire match, other than the speed round. But yeah, another great title match, and like they said, I mean, now that Adam Collins lost, he's going to be in the tournaments, and he's just going to bring on a lot of points for corruption. And that's going to be very dangerous, pun intended. But yeah, I got to go to sleep now because I'm really tired, and I just watched 2 well, technically 3 matches, but one that wasn't on camera. And in any case, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time there's a Schmoedown match, which was most likely going to be the Star Wars match, which I'm super excited to see. So until next time, everybody. Well, hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.